Well, good afternoon, fastball fans, and welcome back to the Caswell Sports Park here in North Mankato, Minnesota. There's a look at this beautiful facility that is hosting the 2025 ISC World Tournament. I'm Blair Sedford here on the ISC Network, and we're about to kick off day 2, and we're going to bring you team rank number 4, then number 3, then number 1, and we'll close it up with number 2. So the top 4 in the rankings. Number 4 is the Bear Creek Express, and they are the visitors here this afternoon. You see the weather forecast. It is another scorcher here in North Mankato. 30 degrees, high humidity. It's only going to get warmer over the course of the day. The Bear Creek Express, ranked number 4, as we said, taking on the Grass Valley Greens, a new squad to the ISC World Tournament from California. There's the Bear Creek Express batting order. Bichelle, Marita, Sebastian, Pinto, Galino, Burt, Hannebecker, Bartarillo, and Davis. It is an international flavor for this Bear Creek Express team. Defensively, for the Grass Valley Green, Zach Ehrlich in left, Daryl Smeltzley in center field, Brock Grinninger out in right, and then around the horn, it's Mike Ramirez, Dustin Thompson, Juan Bambosi, and Justin Giannino from over at first base, rather. Leo Bress is on the board for Grass Valley. Toby Thompson behind the dish for the team from California. And right now, I suspect this team from California may be wishing hadn't gone with the all-black uniforms here today. It is a warm one. Now, there is a bit of a breeze that's blowing straight out to center field. You get one up in the air, it might go. Callum Bichelle set to lead off for the Express. First pitch in, and ball 1 down. Bress rocks, deals this one in, and actually skips in behind Callum Bichelle, and he's going to go take a look at the landing area. Not happy with that pitch. Bichelle able to skip out of the way. So a 2-0 count as we're just getting underway here on our first of 4 that we're going to bring to you on Hall of Fame Sunday here at the ISC World Tournament. We've just arrived at the park within the hour from the ISC Hall of Fame breakfast and induction ceremony, and I'll give you all the details on that as we get through the afternoon. But it was a wonderful ceremony this morning. Bress misses upstairs and away, and a 4-pitch walk to Callum Bichelle, leading off the top of the first inning here on the ISC Network and Softball Premier TV. Luciano Lafrano, as always, at the controls. I'm going to count the monitors that Luciano's got going right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monitors on the go. He's like Keith Moon playing the drums. It's like an octopus with 8 arms, all on the go. This one is drilled and caught, and they're going to double off. Bichelle, they're not, as the throw is airmailed in a little high. Yusuke Marita gave that a ride out to right field. Brock Grinninger made the grab, but the throw back to first because Bichelle was most of the way to second base. The throwback was high, and Bichelle is able to scamper back. Yusuke Marita made the top 10 power hitters list coming into the World Tournament, put together by Luciano Lafrano with some help from myself and a few others. Here's a guy who could be on anybody's power hitter list. Ty Sebastian fouls it off. We asked earlier in the year, was Ty Sebastian the best player in Canada at the time? There was certainly some evidence for that. Bradley Ezekiel has had a stellar summer for the Hill United Chiefs. We will see Bradley Ezekiel a little bit later this afternoon, just after the opening ceremonies. This one is downstairs, and that catches Sebastian on an ankle, and he is not happy at all. Sebastian will be doing the pitching here this afternoon for the Express, and the last thing you need, and he's got a guard on that leg, but the last thing you need is to get clunked on the ankle, and that's exactly where he got it. You can just see him hobbling out of the box.
Number 3,
Luger Pinto. Sporting some Venezuelan colors on his shoes. Sadly for Luigi, he was not on the national team, was slated to be, and due to some last-minute changes, was not on the team that made its way to Prince Albert for the World Cup. And a shocker, if you haven't seen it, you can find the game on YouTube. A stunning upset by Venezuela to claim the gold medal at the World Cup just a couple of weeks ago, and another hit batter. And Pinto's taking a bit of a look at Bress here, who is struggling to find the strike zone. And Pinto is going to get an escort down to first base. So a leadoff walk, a line drive that could have and should have been a double play but wasn't. And now 2 consecutive hit batters. And that'll bring up David Galino and an opportunity to change the score. And David Galino, in much the same boat as Luigi Pinto, slated to be a part of that Venezuelan team due to some last-minute issues, was not. And perhaps unable to be a full team member with that gold medal victory. First pitch swinging, ground ball out to second base. Callum Bichel comes in to score on the ground out and give an RBI to Galino.
Number 12, Jack Burke.
So it'll bring up Jack Burt, the Australian national team member. Jack will be at third base for the Express this afternoon. Pair of runners in scoring position still. Galino is out at second base on the replacement runner rule for Pinto. Sebastian is over at third now. And Bress there finds the strike zone. This one is in tight on Jack Burt. Spins out of the way. Got a look at Jack in the Kitchener-Hallman Memorial Tournament back at the end of June before the World Cup. A real good young emerging ball player from Australia. They've got a plethora of young guys up and coming, and they'll be supporting Jack Besgrove for the next few years on that team. In tight again to Burt, and another free pass, and this will be death by 1,000 cuts if you keep handing out free bases to the Bear Creek Express. Cody Pannebecker, former Team USA member, was not on the squad this year. That was the only repeat podium winner or podium appearance. USA back-to-back bronze medals at World Cup events 2022, 2025.
Number 10, Cody Pannebecker.
This one is downstairs and misses. Pannebecker was with the AWP Lumberjacks the last couple of years, but with some financial difficulties for the main sponsor from AWP, Cody made his way over here to this newly rebuilt Bear Creek Express squad. And in for a strike. Reaches out and pokes this one out to short right. Calling for it is Grininger, and he makes the grab for the final out of the inning. So the Express load the bases a couple of times. They get one, but they leave the bases loaded. Top of the first. We're done. We'll go to the bottom half. Grass Valley Greens getting their first ISC World Tournament at bats. Coming up.
Let's
Called strike three, the outside corner. They worked out of that. Yeah. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway. Grass Valley Greens coming to the plate, bottom of the first here, trailing 1-0. Dustin Thompson will lead off. There you see the batting order. Zach Ehrlich in the 2 spot. Mike Ramirez, Justin Deme, Brock Grininger, Jordan Giannino, Toby Thompson, Juan Cruz Bambosi from Argentina, familiar name, and Daryl Smeltzer for the Greens. Defensively, for Bear Creek, Yusuf Davis, Yusuke Morita, Callum Bischel left to right across the outfield. Jack Burt, David Galino, Cody Pannebecker, and Tyrone Bartarillo over at first for the Express. Ty Sebastian and Bleacher Pinto are the battery for the Express. Ty Sebastian, All-World last year with the Toronto Batmen, had a perfect game in the tournament, led the tournament in strikeouts, and migrated over to the Express this year as the Bear Creek sponsors really went to town. They've done a fabulous job in building a tremendous organization. They have the Express team. They've got JDT First Energy. And then in a late move, just prior to the season starting, announced that they were assuming sponsorship for the Bear Creek, now newly named Bear Creek Gremlins, formerly the New York Gremlins. And that really was a sponsorship saver. Sebastian comes in, and yes, he did go around, says our first base umpire, and we'll get you the names of that shortly. Gremlins sponsorship were at a point where their involvement with the team was going to be on the decline. And Scott Cornelius and the family stepped in and made a 3-year commitment, as I understand it, to the Gremlins. And that keeps one of the top franchises around in the game. And certainly when you have a franchise of that stature, you want to see that team continue. So that is good news indeed for the Gremlins, and salute Scott Cornelius and family for the commitment that they've made, carrying 3 of the top 5 teams in the rankings. In for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dustin Thompson, leadoff batter, the shortstop for the Grass Valley Greens. And Sebastian's going to run the count full. Ty normally works up in the zone. Real good rise ball. Will change speeds a little bit. He's not as great with the changeup, let's say, as Sean Cleary is, but few in the game are from that perspective. Blows this one right past Dustin Thompson for first strikeout of the afternoon. If you're just joining us here, we started pretty much right on time at 12:30 Central, so we are about 13 minutes into this one. Blair Setford solo on ISC Network and Softball Premier TV. Luciano Lafrano at the controls. Carol Dureste on the action camera. Turns and squares does Zach Ehrlich. Zach, left fielder for Grass Valley. They played in a couple of events this year. Followed them. They were in Seattle. They were in Pueblo early in the year. And that would be a trip for them over from California. Up in Oregon at the qualifier that was held there. The Clark Evans Memorial Tournament in Oregon. So they've made the rounds this year up in Western U.S. and the Pacific Northwest. And good on them for doing so. One of a handful of new teams to the ISC this year. Swing and a miss. Ehrlich can't catch up with that one on the outside corner. And that one is just outside. Sebastian not happy with that. And he's gone to a full count again. First 2 batters in a row, full count. It's a lot of pitches when you want to keep it to 12, 14 per inning, but already 10 and counting just in the first 2 batters. And that one misses down and in for ball 4. So first base runner of the game for the Grass Valley Greens is Zach Ehrlich, and that'll bring up the 3-batter, Mike Ramirez.
Number 16, Mike Ramirez.
We're going to get action going on all 4 diamonds here for this cycle of games. We only used 3 yesterday, but it's going to be a busy day here at the ISC World Tournament as that one's fouled off to the screen. One of the games that's ongoing was a carryover from yesterday with Pueblo Bandits and Kingston Axemen. That game moved to today to accommodate a medical situation with the Pueblo team. On the move was Ehrlich, but that one is going to leave the yard. Mike Ramirez jumps on that one and straight away center field. And the Grass Valley Greens have taken a 2-1 lead. Just a shocker off the bat of Mike Ramirez. My goodness. We talked about that breeze a little bit, and he got that one up into the jet stream to straightaway center field. And we've seen a couple like that already here in just one day and one cycle of games. If you get it up there, it'll go. And Ramirez gives the Grass Valley Greens a 2-1 lead. Who'd have thunk it? That one just off the outside corner, so Sebastian, a 1-1 count on Justin Deme, the designated player for Grass Valley. Swing and a miss there by Deme. One ball, two strikes. And a changeup from Sebastian gets Deme. So Ty Sebastian rallies after that two-run home run and picks up his second strikeout of the afternoon. That'll bring up right fielder Brock Grinninger. Brock involved in a couple of plays defensively already. Called a strike on the outside corner. That's Scott McLaren from Penticton, BC, behind the plate. Joe Todd looks like he's just going to join us. Mark Korus is out at first, and Thomas Lohnart, our international umpire from Germany, is out at third. So 0-2 to Brock Grinninger. Swing and a miss. Sebastian picks up 3 strikeouts, but a walk and a shocking 2-run home run by Mike Ramirez has the Grass Valley Greens out in front 2-1 through 1 complete.
Catcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
There's beautiful Caswell Park. What a tremendous facility this is here in North Mankato, Minnesota. Brad Walsh, the head of operations here for North Mankato Sports. They've got the World Tournament here this week. They've also got, as Joe Todd joins us, they've also got an 1,100-player football camp that they're going to be running this week, too. Not here right at this facility, but in the somewhat immediate vicinity. 1,100 players, Joe. Holy cow. So Ty Bartarillo, the New Zealand veteran, silver medalist. And right back up the middle, Ty Bartarillo's been doing this for 15 years here in the ISC tournament, Joe. He just hits the ball hard all the time.
Got a great swing on his bat and just stays very level with his bat. Full power. Just good contact with his eyes. Good focus.
The leadoff single for Ty Bartarillo. Yusuf Davis, the 9-batter for the Bear Creek Express. And don't be fooled by Yusuf Davis down in the 9 spot. He can take the ball out of the yard. He packs a wallop. called a strike on the outside corner. Breast works, and that one is off the outside corner. I was joking with Scott McLaren in the hotel lobby yesterday, just from my vantage point watching from home. Scott McLaren, and it was through no fault of his own, Joe, he just happened to be seemingly involved in every video replay because he happened to be on the plate, or was the crew chief, I guess. I'm not sure how they work it, but he seemed to be at that video replay booth up in Prince Albert all the time.
He had to share TV time.
Yes, he did, and I'm sure he would have rather been anywhere else but the focus of a video replay. And again, it was not often his call. Yusuf Davis loops this one out to left field, so back-to-back singles leading off the second here for the Bear Creek Express. They left the bases loaded in the first. Bichelle turned to square. And called a strike. And Joe, it was just pointed out to me, and I just confirmed it because I wanted to make sure with the black pants it wasn't throwing me off. But Toby Thompson, catcher for Grass Valley, sans shin guards.
Yes.
He's just got a mask, and boy, I haven't seen anything like that in
chest guard.
Certainly this century, and several years into the last century. I question the guys who played without a chest protector. Sean O'Brien, Hall of Famer, went his whole career without a chest protector. But, wow, Toby Thompson.
In this game today,
really old school. Legs of iron, man.
He's a big boy back there, too.
He is a large individual. So Bichelle fouls this one back to the screen. Well, you have my admiration, sir. That is something.
Just a foul tip back there. It just in the chest bone, or
down to third, step on the bag, over to first, call it 2. And a double play for the Grass Valley Greens. And Joe, this team came to play.
Yes, they're very sharp today. Down and ready. Ball's hit you. Where's the ball going? Exactly where he thought. At third baseman, Mike Ramirez picked it up, completed that double play.
Well, Mike Ramirez, who just hit the 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, comes up with a snazzy-looking double play here in the top of the second. Yusuf Davis up to second on the play. And Yusuke Morita fouls this one out of play down the left side. That is right over by the souvenir tent. Had a quick look in there on our way into the park, Joe, and as they always do, the Sandlot crew has brought some great stuff. They're from over in Michigan, if I remember correctly.
Correct. Yep.
But they've been doing the souvenirs here at the ISC World Tournament for, gosh, 10 years, 12 years?
At least, yes. I think it's out of Bay City or Frankenmuth.
Morita, fly to left. Zach Ehrlich will haul that one in. And those 2 leadoff singles go for naught here in the top of the second inning. Grass Valley Greens look to add to this 2-1 lead they've got. We'll go to the home half of the second. The Greens coming back to the plate.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Joe, just while we got a moment here before we get going in the bottom of the second inning, I want to give a shout out to our real good friend Bill Hillhouse, who is facing a very serious health challenge. And Billy, I know you're watching here. You've got all the love and support from everybody here at the ISC World Tournament. Bob Otto talked about your challenge this morning at the ISC Hall of Fame breakfast, and you got all of us in your corner, my friend.
Keep the fight, Bill.
Sebastian opens up with a strike to Jordan Giannino. 6th batter in the order for the Greens. Giannino, Toby Thompson, and Juan Cruz Bambosi. I can confirm that Toby Thompson, the catcher, without any equipment other than the mask, does have a helmet on with ear flaps in the batter's circle, or the on-deck circle. Thought maybe we'd see one of the old style Dave Winfield type batting helmets, but I don't think you can wear those in softball anymore under the current round of rules. Just misses downstairs, does Sebastian. Joe, I mentioned that we've got 3 diamonds underway here. Kingston Axemen are up 3-0 on the Pueblo Bandits. That one is in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That game, again, was the carryover. It started at noon. On the diamond behind us, Team 518, another new squad to the ISC World Tournament. They're up 1-0 on the Bar Buzz. That one's also in the 3rd. Down goes Giannino.
Sebastian accounted for all 4 outs so far in the game by way of strikeouts.
Well, and that's Ty, right? Like you and I have watched Ty play for over a dozen years, all the way from the U18 age group on upwards, and he's always been a high strikeout pitcher.
Always does a great job on the mound. Works really well with his catcher, Luigi Pinto.
Yeah, this is a new combo, obviously, this year, but they have been pretty simpatico all year long. Pinto, a veteran back there behind the plate. Doesn't obviously, Joe, get a lot of catching time with the Venezuelan national team, and he's been with them for a long time with Rafa Flores back there. But Pinto has got all the versatility in the world. And a real good arm behind the plate. We talked last night about Tawera Bishop from New Zealand with the cannon that he's got. Pinto throws the ball very well too.
You don't want to stray very far.
Thompson, the big right-handed batter at the plate. He's choked up on that bat, Joe, and he's making it look like a toothpick in his hands. He is a specimen up there.
There's some big boys in this team.
I don't know where I haven't seen that particular teal bat before, but he makes it look small. And time here by Thompson. Ty Sebastian had no intention of throwing a pitch there on Thompson's time. He just stood with his hands on his hips. Now he's set. And misses this one downstairs. And Joe, he's struggling to find the zone right now. This is, by my count, the fourth, and I could be off, but it's at least the fourth batter out of the 6 that he's faced where he's gone to a full count.
32 pitches so far in the game.
Well, he was 10 in the first 2 batters. And this one is flared out to short right. Giving way was Bartarillo as Panabecker ranges in behind the bag. Just a step on the grass for the first batted ball in play.
Number 77, Cruz Bosey.
So Juan Cruz Bambosi, he's been up in North America for a while because he's been making the rounds on a couple of different teams. He's played in Wisconsin in the past. I want to say with the Reapers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably finds the weather maybe out in California a little more enjoyable. Thinks about a bunt, but pulls that one back. Well, the weather that we've had everywhere, the Midwest into Ontario. Talking to Kevin Kamueller again this morning, and he said he can't believe the weather that they're having here in Minnesota. Sebastian picks up his 5th strikeout out of 6 outs. Through 2 complete. Who had this one on their bingo card? The Grass Valley Greens out 2-1 on the Bear Creek Express. We'll go to the 3rd coming up here on the ISC Network and Softball Premier TV.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Joe, I know you were busy with a couple of other clerical items before you were able to jump in the 2nd inning. Ty Sebastian hit in the ankle in the 1st inning. I've never seen anybody actually spit nails before, but I'm pretty sure Ty did on his way down to 1st. He slammed the bat down because it got him on the lead ankle. And, of course, with Ty pitching, the last thing you want is to get clunked in the ankle. We said it at the time, but, oh, was he mad.
Well, and pitchers, they don't want to type of things, a situation to arise, but they want to take care of the batters, and you just a very unfortunate incident pretty early in the game, too.
There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing intentional about it. Ty was just mad that he got hit.
Yeah.
Inside for a strike.
Ty in the offseason is a OHA Junior B and Junior C referee, too.
This one is drilled. Say goodbye over the perimeter fence, Joe, into the playground behind it. That ball had an ETA at the airport.
That was a no-doubter.
Oh, my goodness. Did he take out his frustration on that pitch? Ty Sebastian hit that one 329 feet. Wow, did he smoke that ball.
Such a big, hard swing. Compact, though, but he drives that ball by turning those wrists over.
Luigi Pinto has an act to follow after that one. First pitch in and out of the glove of Dustin Thompson over at short and safe at first. Luigi Pinto beats that one out. I mean, he hit that ball hard too.
Yeah.
You're going base hit, are you?
Yes.
I think it would be a shame to take a base hit away from Pinto on that play.
Well, the fielder, Dustin Thompson, would have make a great play on his backhand to pick that ball up.
Yeah. And a pinch runner, Joe, here for the Express. Chase Konechny on to run. So the Express go to the bench relatively early. Pinch runner for Pinto. David Galino picked up an RBI in the first on a ground out as the Express had the bases loaded and he hit a high hopper. And that one gets a piece of Galino. And he's saying it hit me on the wrist, not the bat. So we're going to get a conference here. Let's take a look on the replay.
I thought he got hit.
Well, I thought he got hit too, and certainly from the reaction, it definitely got him. I'm assuming from the reaction of the Blue Crew that they're not buying it whatsoever, and David Galino is going to come back to the plate.
The ruling is the batter swung at the pitch before it hit. Strike.
Well, our PA announcer is saying that he swung at it before it hit him, but that's speculation, I think, at best. Because he's further away from the play than we are. All right, can we see that replay one more time? Well, he didn't swing at it, that's for sure.
No.
So they're just ruling that that was a foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on David Galino here. Chase Konechny out at first, running for Luigi Pinto, who singled. On the move is Konechny, and he's going to slide in head first with a stolen base. And Joe, the ball that Sebastian hit just landed right now.
Toby Thompson really never had too much of a chance on that pitch. A little bit off-speed pitch there.
Well, Konechny runs very well, too. He got a great jump, and he was sliding in just as the ball was arriving. He was well ahead of the throw.
Northeast Drillers now arriving at the ballpark, going out for some BP.
And fouled straight back to the screen. David Galino did not miss that pitch by much. So a tie ball game, 2-2. Express have had runners every inning. They left the bases loaded in the first. Had a pair of guys on with 2 leadoff singles, but a double play helped the Greens get out of the inning. Konechny out at second now. And some courage to take that pitch with 2 strikes, but David Galino, a great eye.
Good plate appearance.
That is a great description, Joe, because you can lose your focus on a play like that very easily, where you think you've been hit, and you undoubtedly in your mind believe you've been hit, and the umpires don't see it your way. But a good at bat by David Galino to work a walk, and Jack Burt, who walked in his first plate appearance, will get another look here at Leo Bress. Burt squares, pulls it back. Two 2-0 to Jack Burt. They're going to ask if he went around. Oh, a little generous call there, I think.
Bress with 44 pitches in his 3 innings of work so far.
Burt again up to the front of the box and looks at ball 4. So the Express have loaded the bases again, Joe, and we'll see if they're able to cash just more than 1 right now.
Yeah, they did leave the bases loaded back in that first inning.
Pennebecker flied out to right field his first trip. And this one down and in. Bress sets and works and misses upstairs. Infield is in for the Greens. Still nobody out in the inning.
You got to take advantage of these situations. The Bear Creek batters, previous batters, have worked hard to get on base. Now you got to reap the rewards.
Line shot and back to third and a double play again. Dustin Thompson with the snap throw, and I mean that's just bad luck for Konechny. You're breaking on contact, and yes, you got to beware of line drives, but you're going on contact, and that is right at Dustin Thompson. He never moved, and then it's an easy throw over to Ramirez for the double off. Tough luck there for Pennebecker, who hit it hard.
Second double play of the game for Green Valley Grass.
Little 2-hopper, and boy, Joe, from bases loaded with nobody out in 2 pitches, they're out of the inning.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage Technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business.
Daryl Smeltzer, the 9-batter for the Greens, to lead off, and then back to the shop. Top of the shop for Dustin Thompson and Zach Ehrlich. Upstairs from Sebastian. That's an early candidate, Joe, for longest home run of the week. Off the bat of Ty Sebastian. That was well up into those trees.
That parking lot, we might have to move that vehicle, Blair.
Well, that actually, Joe, would look like it was going to be into the beach volleyball courts. That misses upstairs. And ball 4 to Smeltzer, a leadoff walk, and a patient at bat for Daryl Smeltzer. He didn't really offer anything, did he?
No, he's very smart, very patient.
So Dustin Thompson struck out in the first, but has been very capable defensively. Has made a couple of nice plays and turns to square here and pokes at it, but
Thompson with a real wide open stance of the plate. If he's in a bunting situation or he's getting that bunt signal, I'd cut that down. He is now.
On the move, and you see the arm from Pinto, but that kicks off the glove of Galino, who does a great job of getting in the way, but I think they've got
caused an interference. Oh, they're leaving him at second.
Well, they're leaving him at second because he was spun around, but that doesn't guarantee that he was going to get to third or even that he was going to try for third, but I think he was going to be safe there no matter what. So stolen base for Smeltzer. Downstairs and in from Sebastian to Thompson. A surprising 2-2 tie here. And that's off the glove and up the middle of Sebastian, and it's about to be 3-2 as the ball squirts away from Pinto. I think he was going to be safe no matter what as Smeltzer flying around third base. It was a good throw in from Marita. It was on the money, but I think he was going to be underneath it, Joe.
Yeah, I think he got there early.
So make it 3-2 for the Grass Valley Greens. And, boy, this team isn't going away anytime soon, Joe.
They are very aggressive. They want that victory.
Well, very scrappy. An RBI to Thompson, and he came all the way to third on the play, too, and he runs very well. There's some speed at the bottom and then at the top of this order. Zach Ehrlich. He got aboard in the first by way of a walk and got to come home the easy way on the home run by Ramirez. He's showing bunt and maybe a little safety squeeze on the cards there. Some aggressive coaching from Grass Valley. I'm liking this team, Joe.
Go with all the gusto.
The Bear Creek defense is in. And again, he squares, but that's going to roll foul.
You got to keep that bat level. That bat was tilted.
Waves at that one on the outside corner. Zach Ehrlich can't do anything with that pitch. 0-2 to Ehrlich. Ground ball. They're going to come to the plate, but in safe. Oh, some speed again from Dustin Thompson. That was a pretty hard one hopper down to Bartarillo. And I don't know if he was taken by surprise, Joe, that they were actually coming all the way. But sliding in safely, head first. Dustin Thompson, no fear by this team. And they're up 4-2 and full value for it.
Great wheels by Thompson coming home. Because that was a good, clean one bouncer.
Paul Sebastian, the head coach for Bear Creek, is out to have a visit here with Sun Tai and the rest of the Bear Creek infield. But, Joe, if I'm coaching this team and I'm out there, that was a one-way conversation to smarten up.
Yeah.
Perhaps coming in a little overconfident. A very low-ranked team against a high-ranked team. On paper, this is a mismatch. This is why you play the games.
Yes.
On the move again. The throw is on time and out is Zach Ehrlich. Caught stealing. Talked about the arm strength of Luiger Pinto from the crouch. Right on the money.
I still like that aggressiveness, though. Green Valley showing it. They just want to force mistakes.
It was a ball on the pitch. So 1-0 the count here to Ramirez. And that one gets to the screen. Pitterona is down working in behind the Bear Creek dugout. Don't know if that's exactly where they want guys warming up, but nonetheless, that's where Pitta is currently. It's a sea of tents down that first baseline, Joe, past the dugout. 1, 2, 3, 4 tents all set up past the Bear Creek dugout.
Those tents are necessary today with that UV. High rate of UV out.
Yeah, the Brinkman tent is in full force again out in left field. So you might not see a lot of fans in the stands behind home plate, but trust me, they are scattered around the field. This one out towards second, and Pannebecker has it roll up his arm, and Mike Ramirez on board again.
Putting the ball in play.
Well, not the debut that the Bear Creek Express were looking for here at the ISC World Tournament, the 2025 edition. Just haven't looked crisp in the field at all. Two years ago, this franchise was in the championship game. Last year, they were eliminated in the 3-4 game on Championship Saturday. They've been there as a franchise, but as we said, Joe, this is a brand new team essentially. All new players.
Players kind of all assembled in the off season.
Well, there isn't a single guy on the field that was with this team last year.
Yes. Good observation.
Number 69,
Greninger at the plate. Brock down on strikes to end the first.
Sebastian with 60 pitches, 3 innings of work.
That's a pretty high rate.
Yes.
Just off the outside corner. Yeah, and that one misses just down and in. So still struggling to find the strike zone with consistency. Yet another full count. And time at the plate by Greninger. Not a bad call. Just Sebastian stew a little bit more out there. But comes in with the changeup and gets Greninger swinging for the second time today. But the Grass Valley Greens, a leadoff walk, a stolen base, an RBI single, and then coming around to score on a base hit. The Greens, they look competitive, and they're out in front.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Mattiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
How come?
Well, some work to do again for the Bear Creek Express as we start with Yusuf Davis, the 9 batter in the order, Joe, and trailing by 2 this time.
Yusuf Davis got on by a single back in that second inning. Took the ball the other way. He does a good job at that bottom part of the order. He always starts the innings off. He always puts the ball in play. You don't see Yusuf Davis striking out very often. Now that I've cursed him.
Oh, boy, Yusuf is not going to be pleased with you.
No. Or he will be extremely happy.
Well,
there's 2 sides to that coin.
We'll see how that one works out, but usually the curse of the broadcaster is strong. Davis, Bichel, and Merida, USA, Australia, and Japan. Strike to the outside corner. And Leo Bress, after a very rocky first inning, has really settled down here, other than the moonshot to Ty Sebastian. He's worked into and out of trouble. This one is lifted up, deep center field, way back and gone. Yusuf Davis gets one back for the Bear Creek Express.
Big punch there by Davis. Got all of that ball. Bress got too much of the plate. Yusef Davis taking that ball over center field fence. Deep.
Well, the curse of the broadcaster is stricken from the record, at least temporarily.
At least for me.
Yes. For you. After I had just said that breasts had settled down, too. So you're right. It cuts both ways. Callum Bichot now a 4-3 ball game. Bichot takes a strike on the outside corner. Fouled off into the screen. And we talked about it yesterday, Joe. We'll mention it again today. That screen is wound so tight. Balls hit that and come flying off of it. On a wild pitch or a pass ball, anything that's up that doesn't hit the padding might just come straight back to the catcher. Or it might take a kick. We saw it a couple of times. It kicked down the first base side.
You got to be sharp back there. You got to be. If you know that ball's getting away, then you got to be on it quickly. You got to have a good quick bounce.
Up the middle, Bichot lays one out and is aboard with the single. Well, he just made that look easy, Joe. He just laid the bat out there. And I saw Thompson go down to both knees to receive that pitch, too. He was literally kneeling on the ground. Maybe that's how you save your shins. I wonder if he's got something on under the pants, or Joe. Like, I just can't believe he's out there without shin guards. But I don't think so.
No.
So Yusuke Morita lined out to right, flew out to left. Let's see if he gets center field into play this time. Downstairs, and a good bluff by Bichel off first, but not going anywhere just yet.
Good bounce by Thompson to get up and out of that catcher's area. Thompson moved to the outside of the plate.
Drop ball down, and yeah, Thompson's certainly not afraid to be active back there, is he?
No. Very. He's just got a lot of movement back there.
Strike on the outside corner. Oh, and that is into Morita. No question about that one, Joe.
No.
That one got him.
We heard the sound effects, too.
Yeah, you could hear that one all the way up here. Third hit by pitch, arguably the fourth. And Ty Sebastian to the dish, and we'll see if Ty is still batting angry, Joe, because that was an angry swing that he took at that one, that he hit 329 feet. Breast set to deliver, and another big cut from Ty. And he doesn't get cheated up there.
No, he's getting his cuts in.
Even with 2 strikes, when he chokes up a little, he's still swinging hard. The left fielder Zach Ehrlich is 3 steps from the fence. Sebastian fouls this one back out of play way over on the right side. There's a lot of space between the diamonds here, Joe. It's that pinwheel design, and you see it on the overhead that Luciano shot pre-tournament in B-roll. But there's I want to say at least 80 feet between the fences, maybe 100 between the diamonds. So there's plenty of open space, and that helps to not have balls zooming on to one field from another. If you're walking around the square, however, it puts you in a little bit of jeopardy. But
you still have to be careful.
Yeah, you got to keep your head up. Thompson took a bit of a walk, and I don't know if he's in some discomfort, but he and Bress managed to work in a quick word.
So there's some.
And a ball in from first base coach Ryan Janes. That was the one that was fouled off. And I don't know if Bress was waiting for that ball to come back in or what, but back to set now. That popped out of the glove of Thompson, but Bichot wasn't going anywhere. There's no point running into an out and ties at the plate. Gets the 9-iron out and golfs this one out into short right. It gets by both of the fielders. Tying the game is Bichel. Taking the lead is Merida, and Sebastian motors all the way around to third base on a single and a 2-base error by the outfielders, Joe. Take your pick, as both of them seem to overrun the ball. Look at Sebastian. That's like a lob wedge that he throws out there. And it's off the glove of center fielder Daryl Smeltzler. And Sebastian just put his head down and kept running. Merida scores with ease. And it's a 5-4 ball game now for the Express. And, Joe, that's disheartening because you work so hard to get that lead. And for a simple play like that, to see it evaporate, that's tough.
Yeah, real tough. The Green Valley Grass outfielders had really made them position themselves to pull because of Sebastian's previous home run. So they went a long way for that ball, but misplayed.
So, Joe, I've got a single and an RBI for Ty, and then a 2-base error.
Yes.
Luigi Pinto fouls this one out of play.
I gave the error to the right fielder because I think he had a better play on it.
You know, but it went off the glove of Smeltzer.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think you can give it to the right fielder. He never touched it.
Okay.
He crossed over with him, you're right, but it went off the glove of Smeltzer. Pinto looks that one off. So the Express roar back with 3 here in the top of the 4th in this seesaw affair. They take the lead for the 3rd time this game. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Luigi Pinto. Hit by a pitch and then singled in the 3rd, and this one is laced out to left, and that's going to get past the left fielder Ehrlich. Pinto will trot up to second and finally walk the last 5 steps to the bag because there's nobody there. Just took his time getting there, Joe.
Yes. I'm sure they're going to be.
Well, they've already run for him once.
Yeah,
so they've got to wait till there's 2 out to get another runner for him. But a double for Luigi Pinto. And David Galino will come to the dish. And that is, I think, it for our pitcher, Leo Bress. We'll take a break as the Grass Valley Greens make a pitching change.
Sometimes people worry about asking for help because there can be a stigma around mental health problems.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
They might believe
that asking for help means admitting that something's wrong.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Some people worry about how others might see them.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Asking for help means that you want to make changes and take the first steps towards better mental health.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
We should celebrate the courage it takes to speak up and make changes.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Getting help is part of recovery.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Mental health isn't something you need to keep to yourself. Talk to a friend. Trust your teammates. You're not alone.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
The first steps may be the toughest, but knowing where to look for help is a good start. Community mental health organizations like the Canadian Mental Health Association or Mental Health America offer resources and programs that can help you. Visit cmha.ca or mentalhealthamerica.net to find a branch in your community.
And remember,
Trust your team.
Indeed, trust your teammates. And Joe, coming on to pitch, Bobby Elvera, also the coach for the Grass Valley Greens. Wes Cross comes in to catch, and he's got all the equipment on. Little curveball in the outside corner from Bobby Elvera. Thompson throws out his counterpart.
Good little ball player, like Thompson at shortstop. Makes all the right plays. Good technique, like getting down to get that ball. Been involved in a couple of double plays.
And no opportunity for Pinto to advance on that one. Almost lost the fact, Joe, that Sebastian trotted home on that double by Luigi Pinto. So an RBI for
Pinto.
Louis. And Jack Burt goes all the way around on this one. No need to ask anybody about it. Skipped in by Elvera. And a good job of blocking that by Wes Cross. Little change up on the outside corner.
A mound visit here.
Yeah, well, he and Cross just want to make sure they're on the same page. And that one is fought off by Jack Burt.
Full count to a Burt. Burt going down on strikes. First strikeout for Elvera.
So Pinto makes his way off the field as he gets that long-awaited replacement runner. I don't think he took more than 2 steps off the bag the entire time he was out there.
No.
You put on all the gear, it's pretty toasty in behind home plate. This one's floated in for a strike by Elvera. It's not as humid, the combination of the heat and the humidity, as it was that day in Simcoe, Joe, where you and Peter gutted it out through the championship game. But it's bordering into that very oppressive category. And in with the changeup, Cody Pannebecker can only look as down on strikes he goes, and doing a pretty good job, though, to come in and get 3 quick outs is Alvarez.
Coach says, I'll show you the way.
But the Bear Creek Express roar back with 4 runs here in the 4th, and they take a 6-4 lead in this seesaw affair with the Grass Valley Greens.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Home half of the 4th, Joe, for the Bear Creek Express, and we've got a catcher change. Is Jack Burt going behind the plate for the Bear Creek Express? And I'll be honest, I was today years old when I learned that Jack Burt was a catcher. I thought he was strictly an infield-outfield player, but
good utility guy. Have in your lineup.
Indeed. So Burt behind the plate. Bartarillo looks like he's gone over to third base, and Pinto stays in the lineup, but he moves to first.
I personally don't think Pinto's legs are well, because
he
really did not overexert himself.
No.
Going down to second.
That's a very complimentary way of putting it, that he did not overexert himself going down to second base. Burt is going to
usually he's faster than that. He's got pretty good movement. He's carrying a lot of weight, but he's a little bit quicker than that. I'm thinking he's limping a little bit too.
Well, either that or he's just getting a little bit of heat exhaustion here. Jordan Giannino, Toby Thompson, and Juan Cruz Bambosi. But Wes Cross, I think, should be hitting in the Thompson spot. And that one is right back up the middle. First pitch. Boy, this Grass Valley Greens team, a big clap of the hands out there by Jordan Giannino. And these guys, Joe, are not going away.
No, they are determined to stay in this game. They're doing their best to come back.
So Wes Cross is indeed in the game to stay here. So hitting in the Toby Thompson spot and the 7 spot in the order. Turns squares and does not get a bat on it. Just stabbed at it, really. Turns and squares again, lets this one go as it's up in the zone. Fouled that one off at the plate on the bunt attempt. Coming up, our next broadcast is going to be the Wabash Sting and the Northeast Drillers. Hoimo Mata on the board for the Drillers.
Wabash is based out of Indiana, aren't they? No?
They are, yes.
So that's good to see some teams out of Indiana.
Swing and a miss by Cross. He goes down on strikes, and I think it's going to be Well, it's either Jan or Jan Strukel. Jan Struchel. And we'll find that one out for you, but it looks like he will be the pitcher for the Sting. So one down, Cross down on the strikeout, and that's going to get us to Juan Bambosi. All four top-ranked teams in action today on the ISC Network and the Softball Premier. Bambosi bunts that one backwards over the screen. Team 518 are up 3-0 on the Bar Buzz. That game is in the 6th. We're in the 4th, and these two games started at the same time. One of them's moving, one not so much. Called. Strike 3. Down goes Juan Bambosi. Can't get the bat off the shoulder.
9 strikeouts for Sebastian.
Daryl Smeltsley. Walked, stole a base, and scored in the 3rd. And that one's in for a strike on the outside corner. Swings through. One ball, 2 strikes to Smeltsley. And can't catch up to that one. Sebastian. Leadoff single, but strikes out the next 3. 10 on the game for Ty Sebastian. And they preserve this 2-run lead that they've got through 4 complete. Express, 6-4.
Leadoff batter for the Bear Creek Express going into the top of the 5th inning will be the 3rd baseman, Tyrone Barbarillo. He'll be followed up by the left fielder, Yusef Davis. Barbarillo hitting the ball out to the left fielder, right fielder, Brock Ginninger. Ginninger pulling it in for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bobby Alvera's done a real good job coming off the bench, quieting the bats of the Bear Creek Express. Yusef Davis, 2 for 2 so far at the plate. Yusef went to off field in that 2nd inning and then hit a home run deep over that center field fence in the 4th inning. Got hit by pitch here by Alvera. First time Alvera hasn't been around the plate. Callum Bischel now at the plate. Callum 1 for 2 so far at the plate, but 2 runs scored. Had a single in the 4th. Alvera trying to regain his composure after hitting Davis in the back. Yusef square, Cal Bichel squaring the bunt, but just kind of protecting the runner as the hit and run were on. Davis getting down to second base on a stolen base. 1 strike to Bichel. Just protecting the runner. Bichel with a shot over to Dustin Thompson. Good play by Thompson. Good arm there. Went to his left and picked that ball up. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Yusef Marita now at the plate. Yusef Davis still at second base. Didn't advance on that play. Marita 0 for 2 so far. Line drive to the right fielder back in the first inning and flew out to 7. The left fielder in the second inning. Got on by a hit by pitch, but did score in the 4th. Marita hit a ball out to the second baseman, Juan Cruz Bombosi. Bombosi picked it up over to first base for a good clean inning, other than hit by pitch. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th inning on Softball Premier TV.
Catcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Little slight delay. Go ahead, Blair.
Oh, I was just going to say, while I was out finding some paper towel, picked up a couple of scores. 3-0 in the 7th, Team 5-1-8. That game's really moving along with 5-1-8 in the buzz. Kingston Axemen are up 5-2 on the Pueblo Bandits. That's in the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th. Pueblo, the home team in that one. Coming up, of course, we talked about our game here with Wabash Sting and the Northeast Drillers. Also in that time slot, we'll have the Southside Stingers taking on the Seattle Dirt Dogs and the AHI Reapers and the Townsend Tide. The Toronto Batman, Joe, at 2:30. Pegasus Redmen and Toronto Batman. So a full slate of games here this afternoon. We're waiting on Scott McLaren, who had to make a pit stop.
Well, it's got to be very hot back there for those umpires.
Well,
and they don't have a lot of chance to move around.
No, Scott's he got a drink of water from the Bear Creek Express guys. He's pouring half of it down his shirt as much as he's drinking it. Can't blame him. We saw this situation in Simcoe, reference how hot it was in Simcoe. You know, those umpires are basically wearing light football gear in behind home plate. They've got shin pads on, they've got shoulder pads on, a mask and a helmet. And Scott is doing everything he can to cool himself down. So Dustin Thompson, leadoff batter for the Grass Valley Greens, leading off things here, bottom of the 5th.
Thompson made a nice defensive play when you were gone too, Blair.
Well, tries to bunt his way aboard, but doesn't make any contact. Yeah, he's really impressed me here today, Joe.
Yep.
I like the way that he's played defensively. He swings a pretty good bat, lifts this one up on the infield, and fighting the sun just a little bit, David Galino puts that away for the first out of the inning. So bring up Zach Ehrlich. And make it a final, Joe. Team 5-1-8, 3-0 winners over the Bar Buzz. 1 hour and 34 minutes. Can you imagine a 7-inning ball game being done in an hour and 34 minutes?
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Not this year. Not when the pitchers have been so far behind the batters. Sebastian snags that one and almost disdainfully, Joe, snaps it over to Pinto at first.
Number 16, Mike Ramirez.
Ramirez had that 2-run home run back in the first inning, so shows you got a lot of power. Been on base twice, got on by way of an error back in the third inning. Ramirez going hard down, big swing, missing. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ramirez. Ty Sebastian leaning back. Pitch just a little bit low. Jack Burt unable to grab that. Two balls, 1 strike to Ramirez. Ramirez getting a bat on the ball over to Ty Sebastian. Underhand toss over to first base to Lujo Pinto for the third out of the inning. Good clean inning there for the Bear Creek Express. We'll be back with the top of the 6th inning. 6-4 for the Bear Creek Express.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Joe, just as we're coming back here for the top of the 6th inning, Jim Flanagan just shared a note here with the breakdown of players. And no surprise, USA 206 players here this week. Canada 158. Argentina 37 players here. That's down, actually. They had 55 a couple of years ago, but that was, of course, when there was an Argentina team participating here that year. But still, 37 players here from Argentina, 24 from Mexico, 18 New Zealand, 16 Australia, 12 from the Czech Republic, 9 from the Dominican, 6 from Guatemala, 5 here from Denmark, 4 Japan. 3 of the Japan players were just having a conversation downstairs all together, a couple of the Georgian Bay Giant guys. Venezuela has 4 players, 2 of them in this game. Sebastian reaches out, pokes that one foul. So thanks, Jim Flanagan. And we were going to have 6 of the 7 continents represented here, but Pami Madzalukwa from Botswana was with the JDT team. Unfortunately, was unable to make the World Tournament, so not on their roster ultimately to come here to North Mankato. So 5 of the 7 continents represented here at the ISC World Tournament this week. 12 countries. Thank you, Jim Flanagan, for compiling that. Sebastian lined and caught. Slick play over there by Jordan Giannino.
Good bounce by Giannino. Get up off those feet and make a good grab.
Yeah, went up the elevator to get that one indeed. Hot shot.
Good vertical movement.
Pinto is going to drive this one out to left, and a diving grab in left field by Zach Ehrlich. This team, Joe Todd, came to play.
Yes.
They have made some stellar defensive plays, and there's another one by Zach Ehrlich.
Full all-out effort there
Look
by Ehrlich.
at the extension on this grab.
It was all or nothing there.
And a great play by Zach Ehrlich. And that one to Giannino, and that's a 3-pitch inning, Joe, is it not?
Yes, I think it was, yes. Yes, it was.
Sebastian Pinto and Galino made short work of by Bobby Alvarez. And this Greens team is fired up, Joe.
Let's see if they can get some hits going now.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Pitching change for the Bear Creek Express as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. Peter Rona, the big tall right-hander from Auckland, New Zealand, is on in relief. Pitta did a lot of the pitching for New Zealand. He and Liam Potts did the bulk of the time in the circle for the Black Sox as they picked up a silver medal, but back on the podium at the World Cup. Ty Sebastian was on Canada's pitching staff. Failed to make the medal round, but they did finish at the top of the table in the placement round. Joe, Ty Sebastian threw 5 innings.
4 runs, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk.
It's the 4 runs, just on the 3 hits that are the surprise here, Joe, as this Grass Valley Greens team has swung the bat with confidence. They've played exceptional defense here this afternoon and have given this Bear Creek Express team everything that they could handle and more.
Just a completely different look from Peter Rona now, from Ty Sebastian.
Well, size difference alone. Peter Rona, probably the tallest guy here in the tournament. He and Justin Zimmerman I think are probably the two biggest guys here height-wise.
Pitta has a real slow wind-up but a good, quick release.
And this one is drilled out to left field. Forget about it. A Titanic shot. Justin Deme brings the Greens a little bit closer. He clubbed this one to left field.
This team does not go away.
Holy smokes, did he hit that a mile.
And he had 2 strikeouts previous to that.
Number 69,
Brock Grinninger squares to bunt, puts down a real good one. Burt, and safe at first as it's in and out of the glove of Pinto. The throw short hops Pinto, and he can't dig it out, Joe.
Yes.
And it's Green's team. They follow up a huge home run with a base hit bunt.
They put the ball in play. Yes, Sebastian did have 10 strikeouts, but they swing the bat.
Are you going hit on that play?
No, I went error to catcher.
You get error to the catcher. You're pretty harsh, but I'm going to go with you. So Jordan Giannino, 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. He was stranded out there back in the 4th. The only inning where the Greens haven't had a base runner, Joe, is the 5th. Sebastian's last inning, where he got the pop-up to short and handled 2 himself. Oh, I take that back, the 2nd inning as well. But the 1st, the 3rd, the 4th, base runners aboard for the Greens. They have kept these guys under pressure, and this one is down and in. Pair of home runs by this Greens team. Mike Ramirez, now Justin Deme. And this one is right down Broadway for a strike. Taking all the way was Giannino. Well, Joe, you and I were worried on our way over here that we were not, the ball slipped out of the glove of Pittarona. We were worried coming over here, and I'll be quite honest, that we were not going to get a competitive ball game at all today. Just given, I mean, we've got the 4 top-ranked teams and 4 of the near-the-bottom-ranked teams. It is what it is on paper. But, boy, this has been a real good ball game here to kick things off on Softball Premier TV and the ISC network here on Hall of Fame Sunday.
And a
walk to Giannino. 2 guys aboard for Wes Cross.
Number 44, Wes Cross.
Cross came on with the pitching change to catch. That was in the 4th.
So Bear Creek Express needs some defense here now. Still no one out. 1 run's across the plate this inning.
Cross squares very early. Keeps the bat out there. And can't make contact. And again, stabs at this one. That's just off the plate. Good location by Pittarona there to make Cross try to reach for that.
Yeah, Cross needs a little more plate discipline. That pitch isn't in the strike zone. You don't have to go for it.
0-2 to Wes Cross. Trying to move these 2 runners up into scoring position. But a changeup from Pittarona, a good one. And Cross out on the front foot and swings through it for the first out of the inning. Juan Bambosi, strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. Can't get this drop ball from Pitterona. And in for a strike, and the off-speed Joe might be what you need here because
he's doing his job.
The greens don't seem to have any trouble hitting the hard stuff.
Very important when you throw those change-ups. It's got to be for a strike.
And that one's way upstairs and out of the zone, and Burt saves 60 feet of real estate. And again, the changeup, and again, Bambosi is bamboozled. Daryl Smeltzley walked, stole a base, scored, and then struck out in the fourth.
Smeltzley has good wheels, though. You don't want it. That ball's hit on the ground. You don't want it to touch the ground twice. He'll be at first base.
Well, another changeup from Pitterona.
That seems to be the pitch of the inning.
Yeah, these guys have got no idea what to do with that pitch. Burt should just keep putting down the waggle. Just sprinkle that around. Oh, there's some hard stuff there, and he can't catch up to that one either.
Great drop ball there.
And they're probably thinking changeup now. 0-2. Sorry, Joe.
I'd come back with that drop ball because he didn't look good on that drop ball at all.
It's the changeup. He tries to twist that one in, but just misses inside. 6-5. Who would have thunk it? Oh, and they're not going to get him, I don't think. No, he throws it away. The tying run comes across, and they had a notion to send Giannino, too. But Joe Todd, can you believe they pushed across 2 here in the bottom of the 6th? And you talked about it. If it hits the ground, Smeltzley's got a chance to beat it out. I didn't think they were going to get him. I think discretion might have been the better part of valor
there. Could have ate that ball.
And to eat that.
Yeah.
And Paul Sebastian is going to come out and settle his team down because he's got 2 runners in scoring position now that they're going to have to deal with.
Dustin Thompson's had some pretty good contact. Had that double back in the 3rd inning.
Keith, do you want to do this?
Dustin, the leadoff batter for the Grass Valley Greens. Squaring the bunt, but the pitch was inside. Laid off of that.
Yeah, he danced out of the way as that was down and in. We're just chatting there briefly with Keith Erkenbrack. We're going to talk with Keith at the outset of the upcoming game with the Northeast Drillers. Keith Erkenbrack, one of the Hall of Fame inductees this morning. Little off speed and called a strike up at the top of the zone. And that's become, Joe, the go-to pitch. You said the hard drop has looked good a couple of times here, but Thompson maybe a little bit more accomplished hitter. He looks that one off. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Hit at 22 pitches in this inning.
And that one misses down and away.
Three and 1 count to Thompson.
Real good hitters count. And again, Joe, another guy who can fly. If it's a tweener, you've got to come get it on that first hop. And ball 4. That pitch not really close, and Pittarona not happy with that result. Boy, he immediately took the glove off in disgust. And
so they worked themselves into a real big hole here.
2 down in the inning, both by way of strikeout, but we've got the bases loaded. 2 walks and an error. This is Pittarona's inning, Joe. He worked himself into this mess. He needs to get out of it. Zach Ehrlich swings through the big rise ball from Pittarona.
Ehrlich really waved at that pitch. Sure, Jack Bird's making note of that.
Well, they came right after him with that pitch, and he fouled that straight back to the screen. He did not miss that offering by much. Wow. Rona sets at the hip. Little changeup. There's a flare out past Cody Pannebecker, but he's able to run it down. Half a dozen steps out onto the grass and help Pittarona get out of that bases-loaded jam. But the Grass Valley Greens, Joe, have tied this one at 6. We'll go to the 7th inning, tied at 6.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Well, Joe Todd, it's crunch time here. It's the 7th inning. We're tied at 6. The Bear Creek Express in a battle they certainly did not expect here on Hall of Fame Sunday. The first game coming out of the chute, the number 4 ranked Express, the number 29 ranked Grass Valley Greens. And on paper, we've talked about it, this was a mismatch.
Yeah.
Grass Valley have been full value for being in this game. They've earned every cent of it.
Grass Valley played some great defense, got some big clutch hits when called upon. They got 6 runs on 4 hits.
Taking advantage of every opportunity. Jack Burt, who's now catching, swings through this one. And Bobby Alvera, he's not going to blow the ball by anybody, but he's just hitting spots, making the ball move a little bit. This one is down and in. It'll be Burt, Pannebecker, and Bartarillo here in the 7th.
Oh.
Down to 3rd and dug out at first. Mike Ramirez, Jordan Giannino on both ends of a pretty good defensive play.
Great stretch by Giannino at the other end to take that throw. Good play by Ramirez to pick that up on his backhand.
Well, that was right down the line, and he absolutely had to go to the backhand to get that. So Cody Pannebecker, or did we get a pinch hitter? I think we got a pinch hitter, Joe. 34, 24. Alan Salgado. It was Alan's birthday yesterday. We'll see if he has got a birthday surprise in store here. Big cut, comes up empty. That one misses. 3 balls, 1 strike to a very dangerous hitter in Alan Salgado. And fouls that one to the screen. So run the count to full.
I think this is the first time that Alvaro has gone to a full count, too.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Certainly wasn't the last inning when he got the whole inning in 3 pitches. But this one is drilled out to right field by Salgado, who sheds the arm guard in mid-flight. The throw gets away.
Good job by Salgado to come off that bench. Not easy job. Get that clutch hit.
Well, Cody Pannebecker right back out to run. So the go-ahead run aboard for the Express here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 down. Ty Bartarillo at the plate, and he just loops one out into short right. And that quickly, Joe Todd, back-to-back pitches, back-to-back singles for the Express.
Good bounce by Brock Grininger to get on that ball, make sure that ball got in quickly. So that runner at second base didn't advance.
Yusuf Davis, 9 batter. And Davis, a home run to straightaway center field. He lifts this one out to center, but that's going to fall in. Darryl Smeltsley did a good job, Joe, to keep that ball in front of him. He might have been fooled by the swing by a step. I don't know that he was going to come get it because Davis took a big cut. You'll see it here. It's a big swing, but that fell pretty short.
Yeah.
Get back to the live action and back to the top of the shop for Callum Bichel. 3 straight singles have loaded the bases for the Express here in the top of the 7th inning. An opportunity to maybe grab this game by the throat. A line shot and gone! Callum Bichel with a grand slam here in the top of the 7th inning. And they have indeed grabbed this game by the throat.
Good clutch hit by Bichel to drive in those 3 runs to kind of pull away now from the Grass Valley Greens.
Bichel to the rescue for the Express. A grand slam, line drive to left center field.
The magic of Bobby Alvera kind of wore off this inning.
It certainly did. I think the clock struck midnight here in the top of the 7th. Yusuke Morita chops that one foul. Inside to Morita. Yusuke lined out to right, flew out to left, was hit by a pitch very audibly back in the fourth, and grounded out to second in the fifth. He did come around to score, though, Joe, in the fourth, so that probably eased the pain just a little bit.
Well, I will guarantee you, Blair, that the Grass Valley Greens will not go away quietly. Batters 3, 4, and 5 are coming out for them in the seventh.
So Morita gets a 4-pitch walk. No, sorry, a 5-pitch walk. Ty Sebastian to the plate, and perhaps Bobby Alvera a little unnerved, Joe, after the grand slam.
Yes. The little bit of positive vibes that were rolling have kind of disappeared.
Hard shot right back up the middle off the bat of Sebastian. Morita took a quick look, and he'll make his way over to third base. Ty Sebastian, 3 for 4 on the day. You can throw a hit by pitch for Ty into that for good measure, too. Luigi Pinto, and he laces this one out to right. And Joe, this was the hitting attack we've been looking for all day from the Bear Creek Express, and of course it came in the seventh inning.
Yes.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But Pinto, an RBI single. Sebastian got up to second, and we've got a pitching change here again for the Grass Valley Greens, as that's going to be it for Alvarez. So Leo Bress is re-entering. I'm sure David Galino is hoping that Bress has worked on his control in the sidelines. We'll take a quick break. We'll leave the video up and come back with you very shortly. Sometimes people worry about asking for help because there can be a stigma around mental health problems.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
They might believe that asking for help means admitting that something's wrong.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Some people worry about how others might see them.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Asking for help means that you want to make changes and take the first steps towards better mental health.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
We should celebrate the courage it takes to speak up and make changes.
Trust your teammates. Trust your teammates.
Getting help is part of recovery.
Trust your teammates.
Trust your teammates.
Mental health isn't something you need to keep to yourself. Talk to a friend. Trust your teammates. You're not alone. Well, we cut that public service announcement off a little bit early, but anybody out there, do trust your teammates. There's people you can talk to. David Galino, the 9th Bear Creek Express batter to the plate, Joe, this inning. And it has indeed struck midnight, I think, for the Grass Valley Greens. Bress misses outside with his first pitch on returning to the game.
Just one out so far. Just about going through the batting order here.
Big cut by Galino, comes up empty. Ground ball, steps on the bag for 1, over to first, call it 2. A nice double play by the second baseman. Juan Bambosi gets the Greens out of the inning, but the Express push across 5 big ones in an 11-6 lead. We'll go to the home half of the 7th. Can the Greens strike one more time? Stay with us and we'll find out.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner, offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your needs. Find us on the web at absolutebusinesssupply.ca and let us get it for you.
That's our home this week. Caswell Sports Complex here in North Mankato, Minnesota. You know what's immediately south of us, Joe? Mankato.
Oh, yes. Very.
So we're about at the 2 hour and 10 minute mark for this one today. Pitarona in with a strike. Mike Ramirez, Justin Deme, Brock Grinninger. Ramirez and Deme have the 2 home runs for the Greens in this game. Ramirez all the way back in the first inning. A 2-run shot. Deme, a solo bomb leading off the 6th.
Pitarona's still got his hands full. Don't take anything for granted.
Gets Ramirez to chase the rise ball. Well, Joe, a 5-run lead. At least he's got a little bit of breathing
cushion.
space.
Yeah.
Change up and can't pull the trigger. Like Ramirez down on strikes and a little reluctant to leave the batting area, Joe, but
yeah, you just have to be a little more aggressive with 2 strikes.
Well, that's a world-class changeup from Pitarona, too. Floated that one in there for strike 3. Justin Deme greeted Pitarona with the home run back in the 6th. It's well up and out of the zone. Strike to the outside corner. Even the count up at 1-1. And the changeup misses, make it 2-1. Falling behind again, Joe.
Yes. You just don't want to get yourself in that hole.
3-1.
Build yourself a cushion there. You got to throw some strikes and hope your defense helps you out. You want to get off that field as quick as you can.
And misses down, ball 4. Both he and Sebastian, Joe, not as crisp as we've seen them at all this year.
Number 69,
Brock Grinninger reached on that throwing error because he put down the bunt, Joe, you'll recall. Swings through that one.
Good cut.
And the changeup.
I just danced in there.
Oh, yeah, that was a beauty from Peter Rona. Floated that across. Grinninger just kind of buckled the knees. Drop ball, can't find the corner with that.
Thermometer says 31, feels like 39.
That's pretty warm.
Yes.
Number 23, Gianna.
So Giannino to the plate. Rona an out away from propelling the Bear Creek Express to an opening round win, but Joe, 11 runs, but on paper it'll look like a big win. It was not.
No. Got to be more prepared.
It's a foul ball, dead ball at the plate. Joe, I think Kingston Axemen have won 5-4, but I don't think they've closed out the game in Game Changer.
Well, I can see the McDonald's walking down here, so right in front of me.
No, there they are there.
Yep.
So I believe they would have won that game because Townsend Tide are out warming up on the field. So at last count, at least, Kingston Axemen were up 5-4 on the Pueblo Bandits. And again, tried to work that change up to the outside corner, but couldn't get the call. Giannino singled back in the fourth and walked in the sixth. And there's a little bleeder on the infield. They toss to second the short way. Bear Creek Express, Joe, wow, they got to feel like they escaped with one here.
Yes.
An 11-6 win, but it was not an 11-6 ball game, let me tell you. Grass Valley Greens have got nothing to hang their heads about here today.
They put on a good show. And they showed people that they're one of the teams that wanted to come to this tournament and put on a good show.
Well, that they did. That's a wrap on our opening game here on Hall of Fame Sunday. We'll be back shortly with the Northeast Drillers and the Wabash Sting. We're going to bring in Keith Erkenbrack to talk about being the latest member of the ISC Hall of Fame when we come back. Give us about 20, 25 minutes, probably 20 minutes before we're back here with the Drillers and the Sting. For Joe Todd, Blair Setford, Luciano Lafrano, Carol Dureste, thanks for being with us here on an early and warm Sunday afternoon. Called strike three, the outside corner. They worked out of that.
Yeah.
High in the air, Villavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway.